Welcome to this comprehensive analysis that examines the interaction between mental health conditions and paranormal phenomena. In this presentation, we explore how anxiety, panic attacks, and depression may be influenced by the presence or perception of ghosts and spirits. Our systematic discussion integrates clear definitions, historical context, cultural narratives, and scientific perspectives to develop a balanced understanding of these complex topics. We intend to treat the subject with rigor and respect, avoiding sensationalism while encouraging thoughtful reflection. Mental health issues have grown increasingly prevalent in modern society, affecting individuals from all walks of life. Anxiety, panic attacks, and depression are challenges that many face daily, often with significant impacts on personal well-being. Parallel to this, beliefs in ghosts and spiritual entities persist across numerous cultures and traditions. Whether through folklore, historical accounts, or popular media, the notion of paranormal activity remains an enduring element of human experience. This convergence of mental health concerns and paranormal beliefs raises intriguing questions about how external supernatural interpretations might interact with internal emotional states. In our analysis, we will define critical terms to provide clarity and ensure a common frame of reference. We will examine the symptoms and underlying causes of common mental health conditions and review historical and cultural interpretations of ghostly phenomena. Furthermore, we will consider scientific theories that attempt to explain paranormal experiences in ways that intersect with psychological research. Ultimately, this presentation aims to offer a comprehensive exploration that respects both empirical evidence and the rich tapestry of cultural beliefs concerning the supernatural. By the end, viewers will have gained insight into the multifaceted nature of these phenomena and the possible intersections between mental health and paranormal experiences. Stay tuned as we embark on this comprehensive journey, presenting insights and respectful considerations that illuminate the interplay between these disparate realms. In this section, we turn our focus to delineating and understanding the mental health conditions central to this discussion. Anxiety is characterized by persistent worry, heightened arousal, and a sense of impending dread that may manifest both cognitively and physically. Panic attacks, a subset of anxiety disorders, are sudden episodes of intense fear often accompanied by a rapid heart rate, trembling, shortness of breath, and a pervasive feeling of impending doom. Depression, by contrast, is marked by persistent sadness, feelings of hopelessness, and a noticeable decrease in interest or pleasure in previously enjoyed activities. Each of these conditions affects millions of people worldwide and is influenced by a complex interplay of biological, psychological, and environmental factors. Contemporary research emphasizes that anxiety disorders often arise from genetic predispositions, learned behavior, and situational stressors that challenge the resilience of the human mind. This multifactorial origin explains why symptoms may vary significantly in both intensity and duration among individuals. In many cases, panic attacks can occur without an obvious trigger, leaving sufferers uncertain about the nature of their internal experiences. The diagnosis of depression typically requires the presence of symptoms persisting for at least 2 consecutive weeks and interfering with normal daily functioning. It is essential to recognize that while these conditions are distinct clinical entities, they frequently occur together, with many individuals experiencing overlapping symptoms. Such comorbidity underscores the importance of a thorough evaluation in order to design an effective and individualized treatment plan. Treatment strategies frequently include a combination of psychotherapy, pharmacotherapy, and lifestyle adjustments aimed at building resilience and enhancing overall quality of life. This section provides a foundational understanding of the clinically recognized definitions and distinguishing characteristics of anxiety, panic attacks, and depression, thereby preparing us to explore their possible intersections with paranormal phenomena. By establishing a clear and consistent framework for understanding mental health, we create a basis for examining how subjective experiences and cultural interpretations might influence perceptions of the supernatural. These detailed explorations clarify the distinct clinical features of these conditions and highlight how individual psychological profiles interact with external stimuli. By understanding the origins and manifestations of anxiety, panic attacks, and depression, we become better equipped to consider the potential influence of extraordinary experiences, including paranormal encounters. This integrative approach respects both the medical realities of mental health and the cultural narratives that have long shaped human experience. These insights bridge our understanding of mind. Throughout history, ghosts and spirits have occupied a prominent place in human culture and belief systems. Cultures from various regions have long recounted stories of spectral beings, often imbuing such narratives with moral, religious, and existential significance. These tales have served as cautionary fables, explanations for unexplained events, and as methods to reinforce social norms. In ancient civilizations, interpretations of ghostly encounters were frequently intertwined with rituals designed to honor ancestors and appease supernatural forces. The historical records of ghost sightings and spiritual encounters offer a tapestry of narratives that reflect the values and fears of different eras. In medieval Europe, for instance, apparitions were often depicted as harbingers of misfortune, while in Eastern traditions, ancestral spirits were venerated as guides who provided protection and wisdom. Folklore plays a pivotal role in the transmission of these beliefs from one generation to the next. Oral traditions, literature, and later, cinema, have all contributed to a rich corpus of ghost stories that continue to captivate audiences. These stories not only entertain but also serve as a repository for collective memory and cultural values. The symbolism embedded in ghostly encounters often reflects societal concerns, offering insights into collective anxieties about mortality, justice, and the unknown. This section also considers the psychological aspects of cultural beliefs regarding the supernatural. Researchers have noted that folklore and myth can influence individual perceptions, potentially shaping a person's response to unusual experiences. As cultural narratives evolve, they may alter the ways in which communities interpret encounters with the unexplained. The historical evolution of ghost stories illustrates a dynamic interplay between tradition, social psychology, and the human inclination to seek meaning in uncertainty. By analyzing these historical and cultural perspectives, we gain valuable context for understanding contemporary interpretations of paranormal phenomena. The enduring legacy of ghost lore continues to influence modern media and personal beliefs, linking past traditions with present interpretations. This rich legacy not only offers historical insight but also provides a framework for considering how cultural narratives around ghosts and spirits might impact psychological well-being. Additional reflections on the interplay of history and culture reveal that paranormal beliefs have evolved alongside scientific advancements and societal changes. As modernity challenges traditional viewpoints, new interpretations of ghostly phenomena emerge, merging age-old folklore with contemporary skepticism. These evolving narratives are often shaped by media representations and personal experiences, underscoring the persuasive power of cultural memory. In examining both historical records and ongoing traditions, we appreciate the complex ways in which society constructs meaning from the unknown and how such constructions continue to resonate in discussions about mental and emotional well-being. These insights fundamentally underscore the enduring bond between belief systems and the enigmatic forces that have captivated imaginations across history. Exploring the intersection between paranormal encounters and mental health requires a careful and measured examination of both subjective experiences and objective evidence. Many individuals report that encounters with ghosts or spiritual phenomena have been accompanied by intense emotional reactions, such as increased anxiety and episodes resembling panic attacks. In some instances, these experiences can intensify underlying mental health conditions, while in other cases, they may be misinterpreted as supernatural events by individuals already predisposed to anxiety or depression. Psychologically, the experience of perceiving a ghost or spirit often triggers a cascade of physiological responses. The sudden surge of adrenaline, rapid heartbeat, and heightened state of alertness mirror the classic symptoms of a panic attack. Neurobiological research suggests that these stress responses could be exacerbated by the brain's interpretation of ambiguous stimuli as threats, particularly in environments with a history of paranormal lore. In this context, cultural narratives and personal expectations can powerfully shape an individual's perception and, consequently, their emotional experience. Moreover, the experience of a paranormal encounter may lead to persistent intrusive thoughts and a preoccupation with the event, thereby fueling anxiety and depressive symptoms. When an individual is already vulnerable due to a pre-existing mental health condition, the additional stressor of a ghostly encounter can lower their threshold for triggering panic attacks or deepening feelings of despair. This phenomenon highlights the delicate balance between perception and reality, where psychological predispositions interact with cultural and environmental factors to produce a multifaceted response. Additionally, many cases reveal that individuals retrospectively attribute episodes of unexplained physiological or psychological distress to the presence of spirits, which may not always correlate with an objectively haunting environment. This misattribution underscores the complex interplay between memory, suggestion, and emotional vulnerability. It is not uncommon for a modest experience, such as an eerie noise or fleeting shadow, to be reinterpreted over time as evidence of a ghostly presence, especially under the influence of strong cultural expectations. In certain therapeutic settings, clinicians have noted that acknowledging a patient's belief in paranormal phenomena can be a valuable part of the treatment process, as it allows for a respectful exploration of traumatic experiences and associated anxiety. It is crucial, therefore, to differentiate between a genuine clinical panic attack and a transient response to an unusual experience. By carefully examining the personal, cultural, and neurological factors at play, mental health professionals can better understand how paranormal encounters intersect with and potentially exacerbate mental health conditions. This nuanced understanding underscores the importance of comprehensive assessment and individualized treatment strategies in addressing both the psychological and cultural dimensions of these experiences. Recent case studies and clinical observations further illustrate that the line between supernatural interpretation and psychological response is not always clear-cut. Individual sensitivity, combined with environmental cues and cultural conditioning, frequently contributes to the complexity of these experiences. As our understanding deepens, it becomes evident that integrated approaches to mental health care must consider both the tangible and intangible elements influencing a person's well-being. Such findings call for innovative, multidisciplinary treatment methods. Scientific inquiry into paranormal experiences has increasingly focused on the psychological and neurological mechanisms underlying such phenomena. Researchers propose that cognitive biases, such as pattern recognition and confirmation bias, play significant roles in the interpretation of ambiguous stimuli as ghostly encounters. Advances in neuroscience have revealed that the brain is predisposed to create connections and assign meaning, sometimes leading to misinterpretations of sensory input under stress. Empirical studies have examined environmental and situational factors that contribute to sightings of ghosts or unsettling phenomena. Controlled experiments have demonstrated that low-frequency sound waves, electromagnetic fields, and variations in lighting can trigger sensations of unease, thereby mimicking the experiences commonly described during paranormal events. Such findings suggest that external physical conditions may interact with individual psychological states to produce perceived supernatural occurrences. Moreover, research in the field of psychology has provided insights into the role of expectation in shaping perception. When individuals anticipate encountering a ghost or spirit, their brains may become hypervigilant, scanning for any irregular patterns in their surroundings. This heightened state of awareness can lead to the rapid interpretation of normal environmental cues as indicators of paranormal activity, particularly in settings imbued with historical or cultural significance. Beyond environmental factors, studies have also explored the impact of stress and trauma on the brain's functioning. Chronic stress can alter neural circuits responsible for fear and anxiety, thereby increasing susceptibility to misperceptions. Researchers maintained that in certain conditions, the physiological signs of stress, such as increased heart rate and heightened sensory perception, may be mistaken for evidence of ghostly presences. These neurobiological responses are often compounded by individual differences in psychological resilience and prior experiences. Furthermore, the interdisciplinary approach combining psychology, neuroscience, and cultural studies has opened new avenues for investigating paranormal claims. This integrative research framework highlights that explanations for ghostly experiences are not solely relegated to the supernatural, but are also deeply rooted in known physiological and psychological processes. By juxtaposing qualitative narratives with quantitative data, scientists strive to construct comprehensive models that account for both the subjective and objective dimensions of these phenomena. The ongoing dialogue between empirical evidence and cultural narratives continues to shape our understanding of the paranormal. In doing so, scientific perspectives remind us of the importance of critical inquiry and the need to balance skepticism with an openness to the complexities of human perception and experience. In summary, scientific inquiry continues to advance our understanding by integrating multidisciplinary insights and challenging us to consider the interplay between measurable phenomena and human perception. These scientific perspectives not only elucidate the mechanisms behind paranormal experiences but also pave the way for innovative therapeutic approaches that respect both empirical data and individual subjective realities. Collectively, transformative insights emerge. Personal narratives and case studies provide tangible connections between the theoretical frameworks discussed and real-world experiences. Numerous accounts from individuals who have reported encountering ghosts or spirits reveal a spectrum of emotional responses. In one documented case, an individual recounted experiencing a sudden feeling of intense fear while alone in an old, historic building. This fear was accompanied by physical symptoms, including a racing heartbeat and trembling, which he later recognized as consistent with panic attack symptoms. Despite initial confusion, he eventually sought professional psychological help, suggesting that his experience may have been a complex interaction between environmental factors and his underlying anxiety. Another case involved a middle-aged woman who described repeated sensations of being watched in her home. Over time, these experiences escalated, contributing to worsening symptoms of depression and anxiety. Her story illustrates how prolonged exposure to perceived paranormal events can intensify mental health challenges, leading to significant distress and a deterioration in overall well-being. In both cases, the individuals were influenced by the cultural narratives prevalent in their communities, which framed their encounters as signs of supernatural activity rather than as manifestations of their psychological conditions. The diversity in personal experiences emphasizes that the interpretation of paranormal phenomena is highly subjective. Case studies reveal that while some experiences are clearly linked to environmental or psychological triggers, others remain ambiguous and open to multiple interpretations. These narratives underscore the importance of taking a respectful, nuanced approach when addressing paranormal claims. By validating personal experiences and encouraging professional consultation, individuals can gain better insights into their mental health, offering pathways to effective intervention and improved quality of life. These personal stories, documented through careful case studies, serve not only to illustrate the potential impact of paranormal experiences on mental health but also to guide future research and empathetic treatments. This exploration has illuminated the multifaceted connections between mental health conditions and paranormal experiences. Through a rigorous examination of clinical definitions, historical and cultural narratives, scientific perspectives, and personal case studies, we have observed that encounters with ghosts and spirits can act as powerful triggers for anxiety, panic attacks, and depression. It is essential to approach such experiences with both critical inquiry and empathetic understanding. Individuals experiencing distress related to paranormal interpretations are encouraged to seek professional guidance, ensuring that cultural beliefs do not overshadow necessary mental health interventions. Continued dialogue among mental health professionals, researchers, and cultural historians is crucial for developing comprehensive strategies that honor both scientific insights and personal narratives. In closing, maintaining a balanced perspective will enable us to navigate the delicate interplay between the mind and the mysteries of the unknown, ultimately fostering resilience, recovery, and well-being. Let us commit to steady,